Hi, everybody. We're here today in Prince Edward County with Parker and Kat of all 10 wards. Um, they're an amazing property management company out here in Prince Edward County, Ontario. I've known Parker for a couple of years now, and it's been an incredible ride that you guys have been on. And I'm glad to be here to kind of dig into all of the stuff that you've been doing over the last 2, 3 years.
Nice. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank you for
being here.
having us. So, uh, tell us a bit about yourselves. What's your journey been like? I know that you guys didn't really start off with property management from the beginning, so tell us a bit about yourselves.
Yeah, so I'm Parker, co-founder of All 10 Wards. Kat and I have been doing this for, I think we're going on our third year right now, property management of short-term rentals. Started off just in Prince Edward County, which is where most of the properties are that we manage, but now we're also managing properties in Muskoka, Kawartha Lakes, out east towards like Westport and Charleston Lake. Yeah, we kind of, prior to this, I used to be a mining engineer, same with Kat. We had a food truck out in Calgary at one point, and then we got into real estate. So we bought some of our own short-term rentals and started the management company. So it's been a super fun ride, and we live here in Prince Edward County in Picton.
Yeah, that's the gist. Similarly, started in mining engineering and then started working in interior decorating and design and in social media and marketing. So, yeah, kind of just brought together all of our skills into all 10 wards.
Very nice. And how would you say, how do you go from a mining engineer to a property management company owner? I know some people might find it daunting to leave their kind of stable jobs in like an engineering position and go
Mhm.
into owning your own thing. Like, what are some of the challenges that you've faced over the last few years, and like what are the some of the things that you've brought from your engineering jobs into this kind of job to help you succeed?
For sure. I think I was the first to jump ship, to jump the mining engineering ship into something a bit more creative. And really, it just stemmed from wanting to, be fulfilled in a career and really enjoy it. So that was kind of my incentive. And then working together just kind of started from when we bought our first Airbnb or our first house in the county. And yeah, it's like very daunting for sure to leave like a stable career, but it's exciting. And I think it takes like a certain kind of person to be able to do it. And I think we do it really well together.
Yeah, and it kind of happened organically and kind of slowly over time as well. So it started off as a side hustle, working a full-time corporate job. And then at the same time that we had some income coming in that way, we were kind of building first, like we had our own rental properties that we own. So we have the house that we live in Picton. We have a basement suite that we Airbnb out. So started getting a little bit of income that way. That was kind of paying for our mortgage, which allowed us to take some more risks financially. And then with the property management, I think like the first 7 or 8 months, I was also working a full time job, kind of doing it part time with, I think we're managing 3 or 4 properties at the time. And that continued to grow. So there's some overlap there, which kind of reduced the risk a little bit. But yeah, I kind of dove in head first a lot earlier than I did. So yeah, she's got more guts than I do.
No,
Well, you guys are doing a great job here. That's for sure. And
thanks.
Prince Edward County is littered with property management companies. But I think yours has found a way to truly differentiate itself from the rest through your design and through your service that you guys offer here. And what have you done to really set yourself apart from the rest of these veteran kind of property management companies that have been out here for dozens of years?
I think how it began was really just wanting to be proud of the properties that we were taking care of. And we didn't really set out with this intention of like taking on 20 properties or anything like that. We started with our own and then we applied how that worked to like our clients' properties and what it was like our secret sauce, if you will, was like just wanting to create something really unique and something that we would appreciate if we were guests. And yeah, going from there and just being like very Parker's like the best person to communicate with. He's so prompt. So really being on top of that and just really taking like value in the people we work with. And yeah, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I think also what sets us apart is our design and photography. I think that we really like unique, interesting places. Like Kat mentioned, we want to stay at ourselves. So we've got a bit of a reputation for like taking on higher end properties, and some of that's been our clients who've done their own design work. Like this house that we're in right now is called Little Louie. Our client did an incredible job at designing this and has an amazing story behind it. But some other properties that we manage, Kat will come in and do the design for them. So I think that like the level of design and also the photography for our listings kind of set us apart as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. And I know you guys called your company All 10 Wards. What's the story behind that?
Yeah, we were trying to come up with a name one day. We were actually driving in the car and we were Googling things about Prince Edward County, trying to find something, some niche reference to kind of jump off of, I think, how all brainstorming starts.
Yeah.
And we learned that Prince Edward County has 10 wards in it. Don't ask me to list them right now. But that's kind of where it started, all 10 wards. So we wanted to start managing a property in every single ward. And now we've actually grown into other markets in Ontario. So that's where it's.
Yeah, a little bit of a Prince Edward County reference with 10 wards.
Nice. And I saw a review on your property that we're sitting in today, and I quote, "It was our second time booking with all 10 wards, and once again, they didn't disappoint. Beautiful house with an amazing attention to detail that made us feel at home. We visit PEC frequently and can't wait to book with Parker again." So, what do you do at all 10 wards that you think create these unique and memorable experiences and make people to want to come back over and over again?
I think one thing that's definitely mentioned in many of our reviews is the thoughtful touches and how everything is very well considered. And that's something we definitely value when we are vacationing, when we are sitting in a property and we're looking around and you're like, oh, like I appreciate so much just like the design and how they've offered us coffee and just like the little touches throughout the house. And of course, like prompt communication if ever there is any issues, like we're on top of it. And that's all Parker. And of course, just like cleanliness is so important when you're staying at a vacation rental. So yeah, I would say.
Yeah, good details like making sure you have great supplies. The supplies are actually stocked up when the guests arrive. Having great linens, great pillowcases, great quality towels. Just little details I think that people appreciate.
What are some of the unique amenities that you guys have at some of your properties that you kind of use at multiple properties, for example?
Yeah, so some things that we do, like we create welcome cards that are branded for the actual property itself. So all the properties that we manage usually have a name that come with them and like a little bit of a story, which sometimes the client comes up with it on their own. Sometimes we help them out, but that's kind of like a recurring theme is that we'll have a welcome gift, which is usually local Prince Edward County wine, one of these like branded welcome cards for the property. Um, I'd say those kind of stand out. We've got certain types. Your like the linens and towels that we buy from you are super high quality, and you'll find those across a lot of our properties. So some guests might stay, might see some commonality there between properties. And then there's like the bigger stuff, which we're starting to see more of an interest in hot tubs and saunas, which really help out too. So we've got a couple properties with pretty cool saunas.
Nice. We'll talk about those a bit later.
Okay. Yeah.
And what's one time you guys went really above and beyond in one of your guests? What's one time that you guys went really above and beyond on a guest experience or like a service to your guests?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, like we offer wine at a lot of our properties. One of them, we give the option of red or white wine to the guests before they arrive. And we had a guest reach out and ask, they said that, I can't remember, there's some sort of allergy where they said they could only drink organic biodynamic wine.
Okay.
I just thought organic was its own thing, but there's like an additional layer, which is biodynamic. So we looked, we found there's a couple wineries in Prince Edward County that offered it. So rather than offering our usual wine, like we went out and made a trip to the special winery where we could get the biodynamic wine for them. That was one. Another one, we had a guest who said like, hey, I'm super sensitive to like any type of fragrance within the property. So can you use fragrance-free laundry detergent? Can you make sure there's no scented garbage bags throughout the property? A lot of our properties, we don't use those products, but at this one we did. So we went out and swapped out the garbage bags, made sure that our laundry detergent for their stay was fragrance-free. So I'd say those two probably the best examples.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I know why people want to keep coming back to you guys. It's such great service. So in our last episode, actually, we saw Kathy use hot tubs, saunas, and other such amenities to entice people to want to come to her property. I know you mentioned you guys are also using some of those, but what are some other trends that maybe you've caught on to that you've implemented into your properties to get people to come to?
Yeah, so hot tubs and saunas are really good ones. They definitely help a ton in the winter time, and it seems like people are searching for them. So we recommend those if the client wants to spend the money, of course, of getting one set up. Another like lever that everybody has control over is whether or not they have a pet friendly property. So a number of our properties aren't pet friendly, but a number of them are. And we tell owners like that's one way that you can kind of pull a lever to really increase the amount of demand you'll have for your property. Just because if you're not pet friendly, like you rule out a pretty large group of people that are looking to travel, but only if they can bring their pets.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also like so few properties in the grand scheme of things that are pet friendly. So you have like a large group of people who are searching for a limited number of spaces. So we just see better occupancy at pet friendly places. So that's a good one, I think.
Yeah, I find that pets are a really big part of people's lives, and they come to
Yeah,
Airbnbs to bring their whole family, and
Mm-hmm.
for
their
sure.
dog is part of their family. So I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, we just are taking care of Cat's parents' dog for the winter, and we've had to travel with him as well, and we can't leave him alone for 2 days, and don't really have a good dog sitter set up. So, uh,
Well, we kind of share them with my sisters, but yes, we like don't want to leave them anywhere.
Yeah, so that's really good point for Airbnb hosts to definitely open their properties up to pets.
Mm-hmm.
So another point here is your social media. I find that that plays a big part in people's lives nowadays, and you guys have done a really good job with your social media and taking amazing photos, like Parker mentioned earlier. So, how have you used Instagram to generate buzz and um, interest for your properties, and what are you doing differently from other people?
yeah, so all Cat that does the Instagram, so you take this one.
Thanks. And thanks for that. Yeah, I think with our social media, we try to just keep it fun and exciting and reflective of who we are, while also like showcasing the beautiful properties. And like when you have an amazing property, it's not hard to take like a good photo of it, of course. So yeah, just showcasing our properties on there and kind of talking about like, this place has the best view in the morning, and really talking about like these cozy, intimate moments that you can have at a vacation home, and trying to pitch it that way instead of just like, I don't know, here's a beautiful home, and so great photography, making it reflect our personality and like the kind of, and speaking directly to the folks that we want to attract and host, while also speaking to future clients. Like people will appreciate the fact that we really value like a beautiful quality home, and we'll take care of it for them. So that's one of our kind of like core values, is like all's taken care of. So it's all taken care of for our guests and for our clients. And good photos. And we also really focus on like the community side of Prince Edward County and the other markets that we're in. So trying to speak to the unique places nearby that guests can visit. So just trying to make it fun and interesting and inspiring.
And that actually brings me to another point, which is the local economy. So we spoke to Kathy in our previous episode about how she integrated her property and promoted the local economy. What do you guys do to also entice people to PEC and promote local businesses that are also kind of part of this tourism ecosystem that you guys are part of?
Yeah, definitely a lot on our social media and on our website. We have kind of all of our guides that we recommend to our guests. When people book, we always send them a link of, where things that they can do nearby, which I think is very exciting, because people are always looking for like that local recommendation, like where's the best coffee, what's the best restaurant nearby. And with us, like we're so in love with Prince Edward County, it's like, oh, this new restaurant just opened up, you'll love it, kind of thing. So we have guides on our website that we send the link to, and we have guides that we post on our social media as well. So we're always kind of like trying to promote the latest thing and things that we love, so it comes easy.
Amazing. I've seen some of those, and I've actually gone to some of those after you recommending them. So
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice. So tell us, why should people visit Prince Edward County? What is there to do here? When's the best time to visit?
Yeah, honestly, it's an absolute gem of a spot in Ontario. We have like some of the best restaurants, incredible wineries, beautiful sand beaches, really good community of people out here. And yeah, I think we've got a lot going for ourselves in Prince Edward County. So we're grateful to be a part of it.
Mhm.
In terms of timing, it's incredible. Like we're definitely like a summer tourism economy here. So if you want to come when it's like hustling and bustling, come out in the summertime for sure. Prices for accommodations will be higher, and there'll be bigger lines at restaurants and a little bit more challenging to get in. But like we love the summertime here,
Yeah,
and
it's
of course
beautiful.
like the beaches are so nice. But shoulder seasons like spring and fall are really good if you still want it to be kind of busy, but like not as big lineups. And then wintertime is like starting to get a little bit more popular here. It's been historically like a very slow time, like location, I would say. But we were kind of mentioning before this conversation, it's a really good opportunity to take advantage of cheaper accommodations. So one of our properties, like we've got a really beautiful place in the summertime that books for like $2,000 a night, and in the winter, a weeknight you might be able to book it for like $300 to $400 a night. So if you're looking to stay in like a really cool place for a really good price and enjoy the nice solitude that the county provides in the wintertime, then that's a good option too.
It's
Hmm.
amazing value. Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So moving on to a different part of the property management economy. You are an engineer by trade, so I'm sure you're good with numbers and software. So what kind of software have you used to help manage all 30 of your properties? And what kind of tech implementations are you looking to add or change in your properties over the next few years?
Yeah, so we're pretty happy with our tech stack at the moment. We have Guesty as a property management software.
Okay.
So we use that to like build better listings, and then it publishes them to different channels. So we're on like Airbnb. Our direct booking platform comes from Guesty, VRBO, Booking.com. So that's kind of like our main piece of software that we use. It also automates our cleaning shifts for our cleaners and a lot of communication with them as well. On top of that, we use Price Labs for our pricing, which is a great tool for dynamic pricing. And we use Rank Breeze, which allows us to kind of see how our different properties are like ranking in the search algorithm within Airbnb. So we recommend that for people if you're trying to like A/B test whether like you can see if you make a change if your property is going up in the search rankings in Airbnb. So you can say like, hey, let's drop our cleaning rate by a little bit, and then you can see if you're actually getting boosted in the rankings. So we use that tool, and then the last one that's pretty important for us is Asana. So we use that for a lot of like task management. We use it for our maintenance, and we use it for supplies tracking and ordering as well.
Very good insights.
Hmm.
So I know that you've started direct bookings through your site, all10wards.com. So guys, check that out if you want to check out more of their properties. So how have you seen that impact your sales and being able to offer more experiences or other things compared to just being on Airbnb or VRBO?
Yeah, it's been great. We kind of started taking a deeper dive into it about 6 months ago, I'd say. Still like a really small portion of our business compared to what comes in through Airbnb or the other large booking platforms. But we're going to kind of make a push for it and hopefully get some more traction on it. We were always kind of nervous because like Airbnb has such good coverage if there's ever damage to your homes. And thankfully, we haven't really had issues at any of our properties. Knock on wood. But Guesty now, our property management software, they provide damage insurance on any of our bookings that are off of Airbnb. So that's kind of allowed us to get a little bit more confidence in having people come out who we still vet and make sure they're good guests, but we don't have the coverage that we would have through Airbnb. So that's been good. That's been a game changer for us. Yeah, it's nice to just have like a little bit more control over the entire process and not always be, at the mercy of Airbnb's rulings on a dispute or anything else that may happen. So yeah, it's been good. Hopefully, it becomes a bigger part of our business.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Thank you.
I
Thanks.
hope it works out well. So now moving over to some of the design points in this beautiful house and all your other beautiful houses that you guys have on your website. I know that you help do the designs, Cat, for some of your properties. What are some of the trends that you've noticed in 2023, and then what do you anticipate some trends being in 2024?
Yeah, so definitely trends in 2023 are more color. I
Okay.
feel like before like a few years before, it was everything, everybody wanted everything like all white, you know. And now at least the spaces that we're drawn to are more color, more personality, you know. People want to go and experience something different than like what they have at home, or they want to experience something like really luxury and yeah, just like different than what they have going on at home, right? But some trends for 2024, I think, are like lots of rich textures. So you'll see a lot of like Venetian plaster or like lime wash things on the wall. Just like, yeah, it feels like cozy and just rich kind of. Mhm.
And that makes sense. Most people go to Airbnbs to kind of escape their daily life,
Mhm.
so you don't want the same thing that you have at home. So that makes total sense.
Mhm.
And what at that point? But that's good. I'm just looking. So, full disclosure, Parker has been one of our most loyal customers in Bonsai. He's been buying from us for a couple of years now, and they have put our cloud collection sheets and towels in a ton of his properties. So, what would you say is your opinion on good quality bedding and linens and stuff and towels? What impact does that have on the guest experience, and what have you guys seen as an impact?
Yeah, it's huge. I think like something that people use as a knock against Airbnbs is they're not like properly standardized, like they might be at a hotel. You don't always know what kind of quality linens or towels you might end up with. So what we found through the TO Bonsai, through your linens, towels, duvet covers, it really gives you like a luxury hotel experience. We've used your linens at like some of our highest end properties, and we've gotten incredible reviews from the guests and also our clients who own the property who have high standards for their linens. So it's been super great. And a plug here for Daniel for anybody that's looking.
Thank
Pricing's
you.
awesome and the quality is really good.
Yeah.
So we appreciate all you've done for us too.
Thank you so much. And as a thank you, we wanted to give you a little thank you gift for doing this interview as well. And this is something that we're starting to do in 2024. It's customization.
Oh,
So we've
nice.
customized a bathrobe here for you with your
Oh,
branding
wow.
on it.
Nice. Pull it out.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, thank you.
That looks awesome.
Your bonsai with the
So
all
now
10
after we
warts.
get out of the sauna.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be set.
Oh, if only we had the hot tub. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
again
you.
for taking the time to do this with all our viewers and giving some insights that maybe they haven't thought of. And hope to do this again with you soon.
That'd be lovely. We'd love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
so
us.
much.
So thank you everybody for watching this episode with Parker and Kat of all 10 wards. We're going to go on and tour this beautiful property, Little Louis. So to come back for part 2 and see you soon.